Have you seen this viral matcha in the tube?
Let's make matcha, but we don't need any of this. So if you're like me, you discovered matcha and thought, wow, this stuff is great. I'll have it every day. So you hop on Amazon to find the best matcha out there. And suddenly, it's confusing. 1 million brands, each claiming to be the best. Ceremonial? Culinary? What does it even mean? You finally pick one, excited to try it, and it's stale, clumpy, and a hassle to make. What if I told you there's a better way? Meet Poda, the best matcha on the planet, packed in an aluminium tube to keep it as fresh as the day it was harvested. I got this crazy idea after researching matcha and realizing, why are we still using powder? Turns out matcha has always been powdered because that was the easiest way to store it. But it's not the freshest. So I decided to put matcha in a squeezable paste format. Not only is it easier, but it's also so much fresher since it's not exposed to air or light. Ditch the clumps and try Poda. Most matcha powder is a scam. Let me explain. Most matcha is stale, clumpy, and made in China. And that premium matcha you think you're buying, it's probably been sitting in a warehouse for months, losing its flavor and nutrients. Oxidized matcha turns yellow, tastes bitter, and just doesn't mix well. No matter how much you whisk it, it still clumps up. So what's the fix? Matcha paste. Fresh and way smoother. No clumps, no weird bitter taste. Just smooth, umami-rich matcha like it's meant to be. So yeah, matcha powder, overhyped. Try Poda instead. Thank me later.
Poda's original video was called out for being racist and disrespectful.
This product on social media is causing quite a stir. Here's what happened. I launched this brand Poda, which is matcha in a tube. I made a video about it. Here's what I said. Let's make matcha, but we don't need any of this crap. I was talking about cheap, stale matcha powder and a cheap plastic whisk. A lot of people got offended as they thought I was insulting Japanese tradition. And yes, I agree. It probably didn't come off as what I thought. So I changed it. Let's make matcha, but we don't need any of this. But isn't the cheap, stale matcha powder crappy? That's the entire reason I launched Poda, because I was tired of seeing how inaccessible good quality matcha is. Most matcha out there in the supermarket is bad. Poda is extracted directly from matcha leaves, which gives it an earthy color, but it's actually fresher than most powder available today in the stores. Yes, for sure, good quality matcha powder exists, but it's super expensive and inaccessible. Innovation always upsets people. Give it a try and then you can give your own. Hey everyone, I want to take this moment to talk openly and honestly about something that's been happening for the past few days. After posting a video about Poda, a matcha product that I've been working on, I got a huge wave of reactions. Some of that feedback was incredibly constructive and eye-opening, but some of it was really painful. I've had people attack my nationality, insult my family, and even send death threats. I know the broader tea community values respect, culture, and care, and would not stand behind such behavior. But I also want to say this clearly, I hear you. And a huge thank you to those who reached out with genuine thoughts and helped me understand where I went wrong. Especially Remy from Veggiekins, who's been incredibly kind and thought-provoking through all this. That kind of feedback has helped me reflect. Many people pointed out that my marketing approach came off as dismissive and disrespectful to Japanese and Chinese tea traditions, and that's on me. It was never my intention to attack centuries of culture or to belittle something so rich and meaningful. So here is where I am at. I'm going to change the way I talk about Poda, but I'd love your help. If you're part of the tea community or just love matcha, I'd be honored to hear from you. How can I market this product in a way that's more respectful and inclusive, while staying true to what makes Poda different? I want Poda to be a brand that celebrates matcha, not disrespects it. And this is a chance to build it with the community, not against it.
Matcha isn't just powdered green tea. It's a centuries-old tradition.
Ceremonial grade matcha is ground using a stone mill. It's designed to grind counterclockwise only. This traditional method grinds a fine powder that preserves the nutrients of the leaf, but it's very slow. It takes Gintaro an entire hour to grind just 40 grams of matcha. With an automated crusher, this would happen in seconds. The matcha stone mills are some of the most traditional instruments in Japan. They're made of granite and are entirely hand-carved. Just one of these stone mills can cost over $1,300. It grinds the matcha into a fine, glossy powder. But once matcha is ground, the fragrance slowly disappears and becomes more delicate, so Gintaro usually grinds it one more time before selling it.
High quality matcha is vibrant, not brown or bitter.
But not all matcha is the same. The greener matcha is, the smoother and more complex its flavour. High quality jade green matcha can cost 20 times as much as pale green matcha. And while this bright green powder takes a few seconds to dissolve in water, it takes an entire year to grow the plant it comes from.
There's ceremonial and daily matcha.
Matcha at its highest quality is referred to as ceremonial grade because of the central role it plays in Japanese tea ceremonies. Lower quality matcha, also called culinary grade matcha, can be made sweet with sugar and cream in desserts, but in its tea form, it's very bitter.
The tea whisk, Chasen, is made from bamboo, not plastic. I first experienced ceremonial matcha in 1999 in Toyama, Japan. It changed my life. Matcha was hard to find when I returned to New Zealand, but I kept trying. Green tea in sushi chain equal powdered tea, not matcha. Matcha lattes are trendy, but real matcha is a meditative experience. When I visit cafes like Tsutsuri or Slow Koi, people assumed I want sweet matcha latte. Matcha is smooth, umami, grounding. It's more than a drink. It's a memory, a ritual, a life philosophy.